Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn GSP with Mahesh. Today we'll try to create a web server which has an Apache web server hosted in it, and we will create a DNS for that. So usually when you create a virtual machine, you'll have an external IP address by default, right? So we'll try to attach a DNS for that. So something like you type a name and it should get resolved to that IP address. Since I have a domain, so let's try to do that demo. So first, the most important thing is create a virtual machine. So this is the name of the virtual machine, and let me provision this in Mumbai and let it be standard N1 standard machine. And the most important thing is because I'm using a service account, shared VPC stuff, you will not have the option of enabling the HTTP firewall. So you need to open the firewall rule in your host project. Usually if you have default VPC, these two options will be enabled. Now since we are using a shared VPC, it will not be enabled. Make sure you enable the firewall rule in your host project. So that's something which we have done. And if you come to networking, you should see by default, since we have selected Mumbai, it is using the Mumbai VPC. All good. This is something which we have done multiple times. And what we'll do is we'll add a startup script so that it updates the operating system and installs Apache web server. So that's the stuff which we are going to do once we click on create. Let's click have we have clicked on create. Once the virtual machine is provisioned, it should also have web server in it, Apache web server in it. So once the web server is there, we'll try to access it. And once it is accessible, what we'll do is we'll try to attach a domain for it. So now the web server is provisioned. So let's try to copy this IP address and try to see whether it resolves to an IP address. It opens up Apache web servers page or not. Looks like it's not opening up. Let's give one more try because usually the startup takes a bit of time. So let's wait for that. All right, now the same IP ending with 1113. That is what you see here. It's now rendering the Apache web server page. So looks all good. So this is the step number one. The next step is, since we are using the concept of shared VPC, what we'll do is we will create a DNS zone in the host project. So scroll down to your networking, network services. You will have an option of cloud DNS. So click on cloud DNS. Here you need to create a DNS zone, and the domain which I have already registered is called as maheshkumar.co.in. So now when we type maheshkumar.co.in, it should come to this page. That is the activity which you are trying to do. Now click on in the host project, go to your cloud DNS, click a create zone. So now usually the zone name should be hyphen separated and the domain name should be dot separated. That is how the convention is. So and the example here itself makes it very clear. So what we will do is, let me give a zone as Mahesh Kumar hyphen co hyphen dot in, something like this, and my domain has to be I don't remember it. Let me just copy this and paste it. That's it. That's enough. That will create your zone. So once the zone is created, what we need to do is we need to add these 4 name servers in our domain service provider. So for example, if you want to register it, you just click on this register. You see it is saying you need to add these details in your domain service provider. So in our case it's godaddy.com. So let me copy this name, go to my domain service provider. Since I had used G Suite and GoDaddy, so it is showing G Suite option here because it's, but behind the scene it's godaddy.com. Now it will have, your screen should look something very similar. So click on this DNS update servers, and when you click on update servers, you can select I will use my own name server, include the details which you have copied it, add 4 name servers, that's what it indicates, but make sure you change it to the numbers which was shown there in the cloud DNS. Let's just double check it. Not this one, sorry, yeah, this one. You see everything is -b2 B2, B3, B4. Now if you come here, it looks all good. We have added it. Let's click save. So once you save, it shows the request is in progress. So it should take good amount of time. Once that is done, what you can do is come back to your this thing, add a record. So now you need to map it right. So add a record, and the A record should have your external IP address. Copy this, add a record. So if you just type maheshkumar.co.in, it should resolve to this IP address. Time to leave, since we want to show this demo faster, you can make it as 1 minute. So that is something which you can try, and click on create. So this is one thing which you can create. And another thing, say for example, if you just type www.co.maheshkumar, sorry, if you just type maheshkumar.co.in, it will result to this IP address. But if you want to type www.maheshkumar.co.in, if you want that also to be resolved to the same IP address, what you can add is you can add an alias or a canonical name. C name is what you can add. So just change it to C name. So www, if your domain is like this, it will resolve, sorry, you can just make it like this, www.maheshkumar.co.in. so this will also get resolved to the same thing. So that's what you are trying to create, canonical name. So stuffs are created. So let me just click create. Okay, I guess it has to be the other way, sorry, my bad. It has to be like this. Click on create. Yes, it's got created. Now the complete details is we have updated our name servers in our domain service provider, that is godaddy.com in this case, and we have added a record. Then we have also added the canonical name. So all good. So the entire process, if you see, it will take a good amount of time. So for me, it took really good amount of time. So let me pause the video. So after waiting for a good amount of time, now when I type in www.maheshkumar.co.in, it resolves to my same machine. So which was nothing but this machine. So it resolves to this IP address. So this is how you add your DNS for an existing website, or if you have a new website, if you want to attach a domain, you can, this is the way you need to do it. So I have shown you the option to use using shared VPC concept itself. So if you are doing it in the same project, it should be much easier. So that's the video which I wanted to share today. Hope the video was helpful. Please let me know in the comment section if you want me to do a video on a specific GCP concept. I'm happy to do that. Thanks for watching.